I'm Mark Dresner, and this is the Research Insider, a special interview series featuring market research, consumer insights, and media intelligence experts and leaders. Joining me today is Shawn Utke. He is the Vice President of Brand Insights at Panera. Shawn, welcome to the Research Insider.
Thanks for having me.
Let's talk a little bit about big data, because it's introduced a lot of complexity to our lives as researchers. How do you manage in this environment, this big data environment? How do you leverage the information that you have?
The hardest thing was just figuring out what we had and then working with our IT group to kind of organize it. But once you have it and once you can organize it and leverage it in a meaningful way, it's no different than the data we've had in the past. I mean, for us, the lens that we introduce is the consumer lens, and we can actually manage our business based on the consumer dynamics, not just of, typically it's what's going on with the business, what's going on with a specific geography, or what's going on with a specific line of business or products. Now we've got that added dimension of the consumer. For us, it's not sweating the size of the data. It's not about all this crazy amount of information floating around. It's really about how do you get tight on what matters to the company, what are you trying to solve for, and start with the end in mind, and then how do you get more efficient with the data flow that you have. And then also the role of research, and we talked about this earlier, but the role of research has changed. It's no longer getting the data and the insights and then the implications. It's how do you then drive the action, and you do that through storytelling, and you do it through other means, but you've got to take it much further than you had 10, 15, 20 years ago.
Well, I think that we're all getting a lot smarter, and I want to thank you very much for sharing with us. This has been great, Shawn.
Thank you.
And that concludes this episode of the Research Insider. I'm Mark Dresner, and you've just heard the Insight Scoop.